let's go ahead and begin. And Mitch, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Tonson. Tonson and I have known each other for many years, and we've actually traveled internationally, and we've been very good friends. And the two of us have always thought of ways that we could try to improve the world at any moment. This company that we created, it's a company called Vitality Health in San Diego. We're a medical service company. It's how we started out. And when the COVID hit, a lot of offices and a lot of people it created a lot of problems for a lot of people, especially financially. I have a background as a sports physician and also in the finance business. And merging those two together, we created some additional areas in our business that can not only help you, also provide possibly a financial vehicle, but a lot of people that we know that are having various issues. We'll talk about what some of those might be and how we can help them, help ourselves. And really, even though the world seems like a crazy place, there are still places that we can provide help to others and that everybody will succeed as a vehicle in. And for that, what I'm going to do real quickly is I'm just going to switch to my screen. There we go. There we go. I like a picture of happy people. And can you guys see my screen? Do you see my slides, Tonson?
Yes.
Wonderful. So we're Vitality Health and Legal Funding. Our motto is we get you the money. And today, as I mentioned, we're here because of Brilliance in Commerce. We're a strategic partner with Tonson's company. He does certain things for you, and we're hoping to do some as well. Our company mission, we are a mission-based company, and basically what we're doing right now is we're trying to save all types of healthcare offices, all types of law offices that are representing people that need help, and injury victims, that people that you know that may have been injured either financially or physically. The courts are not only, mainly closed, but if somebody has an injury and they don't have money to pay for anything, our firm, basically what we do is we advance capital to everybody in this cycle. I'll talk about that in a minute. But in order to get a hearing in court, just to be heard, if you have if you've been wronged or injured in some way, there's a very, very long wait. It could be a year and a half until you can even be heard. So what do you do in that time? Well, we're going to show you. Our company's basically set up to fill that gap. Our other mission is to create a mutually beneficial, outstanding life vehicle, as I mentioned, for everyone that participates with us. There's various types of compensation that we offer to everyone involved in the process. And then just to grow in life by helping others do the same, to share our mission with others. So people that need us, whether they're a healthcare practitioner or somebody that's been injured in some way, or the law office that represents them, we're hoping to help all of those. That is what we operate to do. Brilliance in Commerce has their own link on the Vitality website. This is our website, vitalityhealthinc.org, with this question mark, Brilliance in Commerce. So if you could copy this link when you go to our website, what you're going to see when you get to it, I'll give you a quick look-see. This is our website, free support to healthcare practices, legal offices, and injury victims affected by COVID-19. Ordinarily, we go into an office that, let's say we go into a healthcare office and they have lots and lots of patients that they can't get paid on. Ordinarily, we would charge a fee to go into that office and evaluate to see how we could help them. We're not doing that for people that are involved with Brilliance in Commerce. All of our upfront services are gratis. They're free. There's no charge for us to evaluate a case to see if we can help you. So please don't feel any hesitation to introduce us to people your healthcare practitioner, friends of yours that are attorneys, or people who have been injured or have a lawsuit. Have no fear. We're going to provide them with information on what their options are to assist them in their process, and at the same time provide them with some options that my firm can provide to give them some financial assistance. A lot of the stuff we do is in something called personal injury. And personal injury is when somebody's injured, could be a car accident, a box fell on somebody at Target, if they've been hurt at work, or if they have a legal case. These are the type of people, these are the type of cases and clients that we represent. And that again is the link. And a copy of this this PowerPoint presentation is available to you. You can go to the website and you can ask me for it. You can ask Brilliance in Commerce. We'll make it available to them as well, so that you can have a copy of this presentation. Now I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to get off topic just a little bit, because the truth is being effective is really what's important. What we do or what somebody else does is only as important as its effectiveness. And this is my opinion, that there are 3 rules of success, basically, which is to have a proper mindset, just to know that something's possible, to have the tools to do that, and we're providing you with some, and Thompson is providing you with some, and then to just take action on those. And for those of you who need the assistance of Thompson or myself, we make ourselves available to help you, to assist you and coach you. We provide you with the tools, we can help you with the mindset, and we can also encourage you to act upon those. In our company, we talk about succeeding with clients, people that you might want to bring in. If you want to do this as a financial vehicle, any client that you bring into our firm, any business we do with them, you will get paid residually in perpetuity. So if you introduce us to one chiropractor, one doctor, or one lawyer, any compensation that we give you is on all of the business that they send to us. So our motto when it comes to business is just that there's power in one person or one individual or one customer. Why is this? Because if you talk to a doctor, a lawyer, an injured person, they're all connected, right? The doctor is treating, the lawyer is helping them to get the money and providing legal representation, and the injured client obviously is the person that needs the help the most. But any one of these, not only do they have that sphere of influence, but the lawyer will also know other doctors, the doctor will know other lawyers. And I would encourage anybody that wants to participate with us just really to focus on finding, talking to one person and introducing us, and you'll find that we have a lot to offer these people in terms of assistance, especially right now. Why do people do business with me? Well, it's because we care about them primarily, and it's really about them. It's not the service. My salespeople, I constantly have to coach them to flip around, to remember, to look, not to say, well, this is what we do, but to find out what the client or the person you're talking to, what their actual need is. And what do we have in common with that? What's going on right now? And the questions we ask when we call someone or talk to someone is, how have you or your business been affected by COVID-19? Tell us about it. Maybe we can provide a solution to you. So people do business with you because they know you and like you. The world has changed in that regard. And I think this is a positive change. The old-fashioned advertising doesn't really work. People want to know you. They've heard too much. There's too much pollution and advertising. So they know you and like you. You're alike in some way. It's helping you, relieving you, supporting you. You'll notice product knowledge is on the bottom of this. What you know or don't know about our company, basically all you need to know is that we advance capital to people who've either been injured or are having a problem because of an injury in some way. That's primarily what our company does. The triangle in an injury case is basically you have this injured victim who needs treatment and he needs representation. And we provide advanced capital to all of these people in this cycle. The doctor, the injury victim, and the law office is not just the law office. They have legal experts, people who do accident reconstruction, people who do copies, people who do translation. Same thing with doctor, and we can cover those expenses as well. And if you're not currently involved in this cycle, let me go back. What you don't know is that these cases are settling right now for pennies on the dollar. People are not getting what they're, in a doctor's case, he's not getting paid for what he's treating. The injury victim may not be able to wait for the case to settle. So these cases are settling because, quite frankly, people cannot afford to wait. So our company creates that stopgap measure where we're able to provide capital to everybody in the cycle so that they can get through the process and come from a position of strength and have financial certainty. In the case of the doctor, that financial certainty is also when a patient walks through the door, If it's a personal injury case, usually the doctor takes an IOU. This IOU is called a lien, okay, a medical lien. And that medical lien is an IOU. The doctor agrees to get paid at the end. Well, we will give this doctor financial certainty to know that if he brings that client to us when they walk through the door, that we're going to go ahead and cover those expenses immediately. They don't have to wait. We provide immediate cash advances for injury liens and lawsuits, chiropractors, medical offices, and injury victims, so they can consistently increase their cash flow. And then again, we have a great referral program for you. If you send those people you want to participate, part-time, whatever you'd like, we're happy to have you on board. We are a nationwide company. We are not outside the US, but people that are outside the US can refer US-based clients to us. And that's where we operate. Cases are settling because it's too expensive to litigate, and we help injury victims, legal cases, providers. Again, just a little reiteration in bigger type, just to kind of reinforce what I've already said. In the case of injured persons, right, there are certain kinds of advances that my company provides. We do for the medical costs and also work comp if they're injured in a work injury. We also provide advances in the case of probate. A lot of times if somebody in the family leaves an inheritance when they pass, there is some argument that goes to court, and this can take many, many years to resolve. So we're available to advance costs here as well. And I've heard many, many cases where people can't afford representation even in a probate case because they can't get any of their money released. It's all tied up. And types of commercial lawsuits, somebody didn't pay you, we can help support you in that way. One of the other things we do for doctors and lawyers and other professionals, we provide loans to them. If none of this works, if you have a friend that's a physician that's struggling or wants to expand his practice, or an attorney or an engineer or an accountant or a financial advisor, we provide professional loans to them, strictly credit score driven. There's no collateral required, and the rates are very typically in the single digits. It's not expensive money, and they're easy to get, provided that if they're a healthcare provider, they have the requisite credit score and others. And this is for licensed. The reason it says professionals, it's mainly for licensed professionals. So there's a lot of different kinds of medical offices that we can help. Chiropractors, orthopedic neurologists, imaging centers, laboratories, home health equipment, anybody involved in this cycle that accepts a lien. It's also called a letter of protection. This is the IOU that a physician or a medical provider provides that will wait for their payment. And a lot of them can't afford to wait a year and a half to get paid. So we're happy to help them. And then when we're in a medical office, we also can look at their dead, denied, and reduced insurance claims. We have a whole division that basically will go through those and help them collect money. It's not uncommon for us to go in an office that has $1, $2, $5, even $10 million in claims that they're either waiting for or have not been able to collect. And we're really, really good at helping them generate that cash flow. And especially right now, this is a great way to help these offices survive. Law offices, I want to mention that our advances are non-recourse. What that means is that if for some reason the legal case does not end well, the money does not need to be paid back. I'll say that again. Non-recourse means the advances that my company makes, the money is not required to be paid back. So there's no fear there when we advance money to an injured client, their law office, or their doctor, that they have to worry about taking it from somewhere else. And in addition to litigation costs, we cover the cost of the experts. And we can also do lines of credit for law offices so that we can blanket a whole law office, just give them a certain amount of money they can use for any purpose. And all case types. We'll look at any type of injury case. Inheritance awards as well. Again, probate. There are other types of money people have pending, and if they can't wait or they need to hire an attorney and that attorney or doctor needs to get paid, we provide advances. And we're nationwide in the US, as I mentioned. let's talk about cost a minute, the process and the rate. So the process is really simple. As I mentioned in the beginning, and I'll show you again, on our website, there's actually an appointment scheduler. Let's go up there. Appointments, free appointments. Anybody that wants to talk to us can schedule a free appointment. If it's somebody that you know, you'd like to introduce us, love to have you on that call, can learn about us and the process. It's very, very simple to get a free appointment. Every case in every office is completely custom. What that means is that there is actually no pricing I can provide. So if somebody is getting a surgery and it's going to cost $25,000, we need to look at the history of that doctor to see how much he really is used to getting paid. So we know how much we can advance. So, the cost we could give them a lot against that, or we could give them a little based on the history. Sometimes we need to actually go in and collect on some cases and see how they do it and see how we get paid. And then once we do that, as the cases walk through the door, we can advance money for all the cases that come through the door. We're a capital company. We're a finance company. We provide capital to doctors' offices to buy or sell their practice and to buy and purchase medical equipment. And we also, one of the important things when you're talking to a lawyer or doctor, we're actively seeking them to send business to as well, okay? It's not about us all just helping them, but we want to add them to our network so that we have people that are honorable that we can do business with and not only help them with their practices, but also put them on our list as referral sources. Very important. So typically when my staff is asked to call somebody, they say, I'm calling from Dr. Holland's office, and we'd like to put you on a list of people we would like to send in your area. That usually gets them through very, very quickly. And it's true. This is absolutely honest. Again, the concept of one client leading to many is that if you just keep us in mind or do a little outreach, if you know somebody that's a medical rep or you know somebody that does coaching for doctors or lawyers, those people usually have a long list of people that they can send, and you'll be participating. You will get compensated for all of those people that come in. How are you today? How's your office being affected? How can we be of service of you? It's not about our product whatsoever. How can we be of service to help you survive this? It's all about you. That includes you on the phone. This type of situation just creates a lot of uncertainty, and we're trying to create more certainty, especially when we know certain industries are very uncertain, especially in light of the political stuff that's going on. There's a lot of uncertainty. Energy industry seems really uncertain. Healthcare industry goes on no matter what, albeit it's a very expensive industry. I personally think the problem is cost. All the other particular issues to me are not really central, but knowing that that's the way this is set up, we're here to help you survive that and thrive. Be part of us. Please, Vitality Health. Again, here's a link to us, vitalityhealthinc.org, because we're a medical service organization. And then the Brilliance in Commerce. Now, when you get to the website, every form also has an option to say referred by Brilliance in Commerce right on it. It's all over the website. They're very close to the top. So when you get in, if for some reason you get to the website without this, you're still going to, and Tansa, just to let you know, I've had 5 or 6 inquiries in the last few days, specifically from your organization. I'm very happy.
Sounds good.
Yeah, wonderful. Very nice people. Thank you very much. And they have an email, a company email as well, which is brilliant, BIC, Brilliance in Commerce at vitalityhealthinc.org. And that's basically what I have. That's the long and short of it, if you will. Let's see, screen sharing. Stop the screen share. And again, for any of you who want to copy, I'm happy to send out a copy of this little presentation, and also to meet with any of you individually. Just reach out on my website. I'm very accessible. I'm available 7 days a week. I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can. And I think we're doing that effectively, and we'd love to have you along. So thank you. That's what I got, Thompson. Thanks.
Okay, we have one party on listening to us on the phone and who cannot see the screen.
Okay.
Could you recite the URL and spell it for those who don't have access to the screen?
Sure. It's vitalityhealthinc.org. Vitality, VITALITYHEALTHINC.org. Vitalityhealthinc.org. If you can't find it like that, just go to a search engine, Vitality Health San Diego, and it'll come right out at the top.
And then /
/?BIC.
right. So not spelled out brilliance and commerce, but just BIC.
BIC. Right.
Thank
So
you.
vitalityhealthinc.org/BIC.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to make some comments or express some questions for Mitch, we'll open it up to questions. And if you are on the phone, press *9 to raise your hand. If you are on the screen, then just click on the raise hand or type it into chat. And you were saying, Mitch, while we're waiting for questions, that everyone of any kind of professional license in the United States might be eligible for this, yes?
Well, certainly, yeah. I mean, if we're talking about the professional loans, we have professional loans available if people need them, at very, very reduced, cost, single-digit rates for anybody with a professional license. We do have money available from $25,000 to $500,000. It's primarily to be used for business purposes, but that's available if people need it.
All right. Connor has called in. And so, hello, Connor. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Great. So what's on your mind?
Yeah. Hi, Mitchell. Quick question for you. I was awarded restitution from a fraud case a while back. Do you provide any financial compensation if it's in the restitution phase, but I haven't been fully awarded that yet?
No, it's certainly possible. Yes. The answer is yes. I need, if you could get a hold of me after this, I'll take a look at it. And those are the kind of cases that we, provided that there is a substantial chance of recovery. The answer is yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll get in touch. Thank you.
That's great, Connor. Thank you. Anything else? COVID question? What's in the background of your apartment, Dr. Holland, your condo? I live in Oceanside, California. I'm in San Diego, about a mile from the beach. And it's kind of raining and stormy here. How about you, Thompson? How's Santa Barbara today?
We had our rain yesterday. It's nice and clear today.
I love that place.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and then you have big loans too that go up to into the millions.
Our case. Say the question again. I'm sorry.
Well, I remember seeing the $5 million amount somewhere, and
Okay.
what?
No. We have. I mean, some of my investment pool only does very large, like 100 million and up. There's no limit. Like if you go into a medical group and they've got 100 million in accounts receivable, we'll do it. Yeah, the $5 million that you're referring to, that's a credit line for lawyers. It's a very specific. We can do a credit line for lawyers specifically for $5 million. But if they have case value, the credit line's not case driven. That's just a credit line. But if on top of that, they have higher value amounts, there's no limit. And I would encourage you to, if you have somebody with large limits, a large connection, there's sky's the limit.
That's good information. Any other, while we're waiting for any questions, any other varieties of applications, factoring, receivables, special situations?
Yeah, we do that too. We like I said that we will look at the accounts receivable in a medical office, and we'll try to make a determination. We'll provide options to them, whether we're going to have to collect it or we can just advance money against it. Legal cases, we're able to go in and provide money for legal cases. So it's all done on a case-by-case basis. Once we're in there, then we have to really do a little digging, have some good conversations with whoever's involved to see what they've got.
Well, I've got someone in mind in Berkeley who used our Liberty Debt Elimination System, which, confronts the banks with their fraud, and was sued by the bank for non-payment on the credit card. And we have a legal team that helps her, but there's some expenses. They're not big. They're, a couple thousand, 3,000, but she's been having a hard time. So it's a small amount. Is that the kind of thing that could be, she could get assistance with?
I'll take a look at it. I mean, on the legal, if it's an individual that's being injured, we can do much smaller advances.
Yeah,
So
she's definitely been injured financially for sure.
yeah,
And,
so it's certainly.
and the bank's lawsuit is basically unlawful because they're the ones that committed the fraud, and we have the proof of it, and we win most of our cases. So
Sure.
we wouldn't be winning
It helps
if
to be right, but that's not. But if you know anything about the legal system, I mean, I've got some filings from last week that are being heard in September of next year. The problem is you can eventually win if you can wait it out, but when the other side realizes that they're losing, they're going to try to pressure you to wait, stall, settle for pennies on the dollar. This is the thing that happens. If you can, they try all these tactics to try to, take away from you. I don't want to use the word steal, but they try to minimize, what you're entitled to.
couple people just joined us, and perhaps you didn't hear our whole presentation up till now, but we're in the questions and answers section, so go ahead and feel free to raise your hand and ask or put it into chat.
I think what they're doing right now is the gears are grinding and they're thinking like, who do I know that they can help?
Yes.
Is there anybody that's been injured that has a case, or do I know any doctors that are struggling that would benefit, or attorneys' offices that are helping people?
Well, here's one from Bruce. He says, what is the referral fee structure?
Right. So basically, we will pay 15% of whatever our fees are will be paid to the representative that sends it. 15% referral fee. So it could be quite substantial.
And what are the fees typically received by?
Typically our firm charges 5%. So it's 50,000 per million, and so 15% of that would be $1,500.
Right.
I think. No, am I wrong? $15,000. Excuse me. 7,500. Right.
15% of the 5%. Right.
Correct. So that's 15% of 5% is 0.75%.
Right. Colin asks, I have a doctor chiropractor whose clients can't arrive with money for thermograms. The clients don't have it due to COVID loss of income. Any chance of help for this doctor or clients?
Sure. Well, it just depends on their situation. I mean, we don't really finance cash clients, but if they have insurance or they have an injury case, we can help.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we would probably work with the thermography, the chiropractor that has the thermography center. We would set them up so that as patients come in through the door, we would guarantee them a certain amount of money for each patient. So it would help their practice. They could market it like that if they wanted. We can also look at their accounts receivable and maybe turn some of those into money as well. We don't do any collecting on any individuals. We don't, for instance, if you have a case and you bring it to us, if you're injured, and the doctor doesn't get paid, we never go to the injured person. We never go, we're only dealing with corporations, insurance companies, third parties, large companies. That's who mainly we get our recovery from. I shouldn't say mainly, I would say only. We don't take money from individuals.
What's interesting is I was speaking with a store owner back a few months ago, and she was more impacted than her employees. She said her employees got free leave from work because of the pandemic, and they were getting more in unemployment compensation than she was able to pay them in their salary.
Yeah, true. At least for the short term. Yeah, probably true for some people. It's,
Yeah, at least for a couple of months, something like that.
yeah, you know, the unemployment was not. It was nice that, you know, it was nice that a lot of people have been paying into a system for many, many years and have derived very little benefit can get a little bit of it back. That's my
Well, it's
attitude.
great for them, but it was hard on the owner. She was in there doing their job. At
That's right. Yeah, especially since most owners don't take a salary, they're not.
Right.
But the government did open it up to self-employed individuals if they were paying in or declaring whatever small income, they were eligible for unemployment benefits as well.
So again, for those of you who got in late, we're in the questions and answer session. So anyone who wants to ask a question, just raise your hand on the screen or type it into chat. You want to tell any stories while we're waiting, Mitch, of any recent success cases you've had?
Sure. I've had a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, these cases, I'll tell you what, when you get an injured person that can't pay for their medical bills and you're able to help them, the reward, you know, the psychological and spiritual rewards are palpable. And, you know, this is mainly who we're helping. We're helping people that have been injured. We help some people with, you know, I can't speak specifically just because of confidentiality, but I can say that we've had a lot of success helping people who are in very, very dire straits.
And do you mean physical injury or financial injury?
Both. You know, I'll tell you a financial one that's interesting is I had a guy that started a company, a medicine company, and he had stock options. The company refused to pay, and he litigated it, and he's in the right, and we were able to advance him money against this case. It's a commercial litigation case where he was owed a lot of money, did not have money to pay lawyers. There were lawyers that wanted to take it on contingency. They wanted some guarantees. And he also just needed money to survive the storm. And that's a non-physical injury. Most of our cases are physical injury. But the other one that's interesting is just when I go into a healthcare office and these doctors really have no idea how much money is sitting on a shelf. They only know what they're collecting every month. Well, I'm collecting 25,000 a month. Yeah, but you're losing 50. So we're able to correct that, help them get that up to, you know, maybe 80, sometimes 90% collections. We're able to advance the money. And a lot of offices that we walk into are having a very hard time surviving this. You know, some of them have taken the government loans out, no telling if or when they'll have to be paid back. If they do, you know, and some of them will, then that's not going to be very helpful. I mean, they've got a non-performing asset, right? These lawyers and doctors have a non-performing asset, something that's worth money, but they have no idea how to get it out of there. And when I was a doctor, I had millions of dollars in accounts receivable for injury cases. And if somebody had walked into my office and said, hey, I'll give you some money right now for these, a lot, and you don't have to pay us back, and we're just going to see them through and you can move on. And I would have jumped, you know, so you know, this was created through vision of personal experience in addition to everything else.
Well, that's fantastic. You have special sources too. You don't just get money from any ordinary bank, I guess, right?
No. There's no bank money. This is private. This is private money. You know, that we're involved in the pooling of private capital that specializes in this specific thing. Michelle is raising her hand. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Well, where is the unmute? Maybe you need to unmute yourself on your end. Trying to bring you on the air, Michelle.
Yeah. Maybe her microphone. If you'd like to type in a question, Michelle, I'd be happy to answer it like that if you can.
Yeah, Michelle, maybe you can type it in because we can't find any,
Microphone icon.
no, it's gone. I wonder if your audio is connected, your microphone.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for showing up today and, for letting us do this. We're really hoping to get to people, that, that we can help, and just want to put it in your mind. And then obviously also there's a chance for very, very excellent residual income for participating with us. So yeah, it says Michelle has been injured. Michelle, if you could, I'm just gonna, maybe I should type it as well, but the phone number to my office, 619, oh boy, look at that, okay. 619-363-1195, 619-363-1195. I'm gonna type it in. Okay, great. You sent me an email. Great, Michelle. So I'll call you after this, and I'll try to help you as much as I can. We'll go over particulars. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. All right. Got that. Yeah, you're on your Android phone, but for whatever reason, the microphone, it doesn't seem to work at the moment, but that's okay. And we'll better to discuss would be personally for confidentiality reasons anyway. Thanks, Michelle. Anyone else want to chime in here? Share your experience of what's going on with you and COVID and anything we can do to help you.
Yeah, we like the stories, Mitch, while waiting.
Oh, you do, huh? Well, here's one that may or may not be apparent if people look at our company, but we were in the genomics business. We were actually doing cancer genomic testing, which was tremendous. It's gotten very, very good, but the legal aspects of the genomics and genetics industry haven't been worked out. And I've been, as you know, I've been in the finance arena since I was in my teens. I was a Wall Street guy on top of my sports injury practice. And we've been helping people do this for many, many years. We had a large group of clinics up in the Los Angeles area that were doing, in the multiples of 100 million to $200 million a year that we went in on. It's a very interesting case. A lot of very, very interesting. So they are out there, and we do run into those.
Well, perhaps we could wrap it up and just invite everyone to study the website and get in touch, send emails with questions for private issues that we don't want to maybe discuss in front of everyone else. Those of you who would be clients, certainly submit your information, and those who would like to be a referrer, just click on referrals at the top of the website.
Thank you, Thompson. Thanks, everybody.
It's a simple concept. Yeah, it doesn't need to go on forever and ever. We wish to thank you. You obviously do care about people very much, and you have a valuable service, which I haven't seen anywhere else like this. It's actually kind of unheard of, put together this way, and it's fantastic. And my gosh, I feel like the whole country should know about it.
Right. Yeah, I get a little bit of that, from people. They're a little astonished, and they start thinking, maybe they can do some good and participate. And we're battling dragons every day, but we're doing it on behalf of the people that need it the most. So
yes,
I like to think it's we're a mission-driven company. I like to think we're getting to the people that really need it, and we need your help for that, guys. Help the people out there that need the help to get to us so that we can get them through whatever they need.
we did record this today, and we will be posting it on YouTube for playback for those who would like to share it with anyone. So thanks, Mitch. I wish to thank you for joining us in this beautiful presentation. And may we continue to help exponentially more people, more and more every day.
Happy to do it. And really feel free to reach out to me, guys, if you have questions or any reason whatsoever you want to discuss something with me. Everything is confidential. Okay, just to let you know.
All right, blessings. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.